Yeah! Good morning, good evening, and good night, hackers. My name is DC. Welcome to DC CyberSec. Today, we're going to be talking about the most requested out of my recent poll video from you guys, which is how to get out of cybersecurity. Now, this is actually quite an interesting topic because it's not one that you would ever really see covered. Most people are trying to tell you how to get into cybersecurity, me included. But I thought I'd make a video based on how to actually get out of cybersecurity once you're in cybersecurity, if you want. Before I sort of get started into the how, it's more of the why. Now imagine for a second that you've been in cybersecurity for a few years, you find that maybe the industry is not for you, or that you want to move further into the future of where technology is going. Now, don't freak out. I'm not saying that cybersecurity is going anywhere anytime soon. We're all not going to get automated out of jobs like everyone seems to think it's going to happen. However, there are changes occurring in the industry and trends, and as someone who pretty much follows the money as far as jobs go, this is something that interests me. So it's sort of the direction that I'll be taking myself. And if you want to follow along on my journey, then you're more than welcome. But if you don't want to, that's perfectly fine as well. You're not going to be out of a job anytime soon. So with where I see technology going, obviously automation is a large piece of what is happening. But I think staying ahead of that trend and becoming the automator and not the automated is a pretty vital piece of staying relevant in an ever-changing industry. An example of this is the rise recently in jobs surrounding the Microsoft 365 Power Automate suite. Now, the whole cloud offering that Microsoft has, which is a pretty beastie solution, there's a lot to it, is sort of grabbing the industry and sort of moving it in that direction. And for those people who are saying, oh, I don't use Microsoft, I use Linux or whatever, it doesn't matter. I'm talking about infrastructure backends here, the ones that enterprises and companies, small to enterprise businesses are using. Everyone is using this sort of stuff, and if they're not using a Microsoft suite, they're using another version by another company. It's all very much the same thing. The cloud is here to stay, and with the cloud comes automation. Now again, this isn't a bad thing, but staying ahead of these trends is the way to stay relevant and to be able to charge more to your clients or to wherever you're working to increase your wages. Now there are a lot of different certifications you can do to stay ahead of these sort of trends, and that's entirely up to you depending on what direction you want to take for these different types of jobs that are going to be popping off. Things like DevSecOps is going to become much bigger, I believe. As I already said, the 365 automation / security space is going to become bigger and bigger, and that's sort of the space that I've been working in the last, 6 to 12 months-ish, primarily. And of course, the features that come along with these different things is also going to grow and change as time goes on and new technologies are released. So how do you get out of cybersecurity and into one of these more like automation / cybersecurity or future jobs? And this itself is a pretty good question on its own. I think that probably needs its own full separate video, but I'll do my best here to explain. Getting out of cybersecurity is so much easier than getting into it. Once you have experience in anything IT, you can move around laterally, bilaterally, whichever direction you really want, into other IT jobs. Now, I mentioned automation / security before because that is your easiest route. If you want to move out of cybersecurity, is entirely up to you, and to be honest, it might not even be needed. This projection that I'm seeing here of the future of IT jobs and security jobs is probably nothing coming up until maybe like 10 plus years away. But who really knows how fast technology is going to move? So I thought I'd mention it now so that you guys can get prepared for the future of your IT jobs, your career. Security is all well and good. Software development is whatever it is. Sysadmin type work, these main, headers of jobs in the IT industry as a whole, they're not going to disappear. but they will change. And this is sort of what I want you to be prepared for in the future, is these technologies changing and scaling up into different things entirely. And this is sort of what I mean by getting out of cybersecurity. The job in cybersecurity, I believe personally, is going to change in the next at least 5 to 10 years, potentially earlier than that. What you should do to get prepared is to upskill in different types of technologies that feed into what you're already currently doing. An example of this would be API automation type work. So automating simple tasks with things like Zapier, IFTTT, Microsoft Power Automate, the list goes on, onto what technology you want to choose to achieve those goals and whatever connectors are available. This is a good place to start and to sort of push yourself towards as things go on. Obviously, there's a lot more in the world of automation, like writing custom scripts, that is definitely worth looking into as well. But to just sort of dip your toes in the water and see what it's all about, those 3 are very good places to start and to begin learning from. It just gives you a general idea of like the whole if this then that methodology, I guess you would call it, or practice of automation, and thinking around those sort of issues and how to achieve the goal, whatever it is. Once I've published this video, there should be a blog on my website, cybersecguidance.com, which is all about how to automate simple tasks. There's 3 different examples of how to present those pitches to clients or businesses that you work in to get those sort of automation tasks going. And it's a good place to sort of practice as well. So if you want to check out that blog, cybersecguidance.com, there's a link in the description to my website. Free blog, it's not paywall, just go and have a read, it's good. So to wrap things up, I think automation is going to play a very big part in technology in the next 5 to 10 years, definitely the next 10 plus years. I want you guys to be prepared, because all that hard work to get into cybersecurity has been well and good, but it doesn't sort of end there. The industry goes on and times will change, and so will your jobs. So please do be prepared for the changes that are coming in the various industries that we all work in within IT and cybersecurity. My name is DC. I'll see you all in the next video. Catch you later and have a absolutely fantastic day. Peace out.